What's up, everybody? We're back. It's another review today. This is my 2019 Kawasaki 400. I've had it for about a year. And this video is only on the horn. I'm not going to do a review on the bike today, even though it's like the fifth or sixth bike that I've owned. But it is not about the bike. It's actually about the horn. So when I first bought this bike, the horn was terrible. It was like a mouse chirping. You couldn't even hear the thing. I mean, even with my helmet on, I couldn't even hear it. It's terrible. You'll get killed. So if you buy a motorcycle, first thing to do, get rid of the horn. When I searched around, I found this company, Moto Horn. This is an air horn. This thing is insanely loud. I've done other videos where I've honked this horn on video, and the video just doesn't do justice. I mean, you can't really tell in the video, but this thing is stupid, stupid, stupid loud. I mean, I've been on the freeway 80 miles an hour and had a semi-truck almost get in front of me, and I hit this horn, and he heard it, and he swerved over. So, I mean, this thing is really loud. So I put it on about a year ago. Well, I had it on, I put it on last November, and then a couple months ago I took it off, and I bought these ones here also from Moto Horn, because I wanted to kind of compare them. And then whichever one I decided I wanted to keep on the bike, the other one's going to go on my personal vehicle. So I did put these on, and these are these are stupid loud too. I mean, they're like a car horn. They are really loud. I actually just took these off yesterday after having them on, I believe, since they were released, and I put this back on. Now, I put this back on because this thing is fun. It's really loud and it's fun to have on the bike, and people don't expect it. So originally when I put this on, I actually had it back here. I had it right here, attached to the top of the radiator. It wasn't ideal. I mean, this part here, it kind of fits back up in there, and then it went across. And then the compressor, actually, I had mounted up behind this headlight. There's actually quite a lot of room back there. Right down in here, there's a ton of room down there, and that's actually where I had the compressor mounted. Just because the hose was over on that side, and it was easier. So after I had these ones on for a couple months, I decided I want the air horn back on. Those are going to go on my personal car. This thing is fun to have on here, just because people don't expect it. I've scared a lot of people with it. So when I went to go put it back on, I didn't want to put it back behind the headlight, because it literally takes like 2 hours to take all that off, a million bolts, pull the whole headlight assembly off. It literally takes like 2 hours or more. So I was staring at this yesterday, and I don't know why I didn't do this to begin with. So I just did this yesterday, and it's working out perfectly. It doesn't get in the way of the shifter or anything like that. My leg comes, right down here. There's actually plenty of room. I mean, I could even make this. I made this bracket here. I could even make it longer if I wanted to. And then back here, these are the brackets that came with these horns. So there's all kinds of holes all over this bike. I mean, most of these holes don't do anything. They're probably for I don't even know what they're for, but there's lots of other holes. There was nothing in any of these holes. This one didn't have anything in it, so I put a bolt through it. And I just attached that bracket and then pulled this. Goes into the frame. And it's thin metal, but I mean, it works really well. And then the compressor, I actually made this bracket here out of a piece of it's 1/8 inch thick steel or whatever. And I made that bracket. And actually, this bracket's original from when I had it behind the headlight. And there was another hole here again. Actually, I think this clip for the horn wire used to be in that hole. I just took it out. And then run the tube down. This tube I actually cut short. It used to be longer. They say the shorter the tube, the louder the horn can be. I may actually trim this down a little bit shorter. I had it this length because it was behind the headlight. So, and then this cover goes on here. I just took it off so I could show you guys. And that goes on there like that. And I mean, you can't even see the little compressor. But I actually like it. I think I'll keep it there. That I know of, and from what I've read and seen. I haven't seen anybody put this horn on a sport bike. I may be the only one that I know of. I mean, I know back when I bought it, I think I asked somebody from Motorhorn, and he said he had never heard of anybody putting this on a sport bike. Only, you know, big Harley. It's designed for big Harleys, Victories, you know, Indians, the big cruiser bikes. So if you have one of these, 600, 1,000, whatever, this might be something that you want to consider, because it is stupid loud and it will get people's attention and may even save your life. So, or I mean, you can get these too. These actually mounted easier. I had this is the stock horn location. I don't know if you can see. So this is the stock horn location. I took the stock horn out, but those brackets that I had here and over there, I had them hanging down from this stock one, and then I had one of these on each side, hanging down right here, and it worked perfectly fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. The cover went on there just fine, and yeah. So I did get an email from Motorhorn a long time ago. They said they kind of wanted sorry, they wanted to see like an install video. I mean, I didn't really make an install video because it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, just, you know, bolt it on, and it's the problem with the install video is every bike is different. So I mean, install videos are kind of useless unless you have the exact same bike that's in the video. I mean, the install videos are kind of useless, you know. I mean, this is actually the stock harness for the stock horn, and you just plug it right in the bottom, good to go. And it actually does matter which side this wire goes on. If you switch these wires around, it won't work. So that's just one thing you want to make sure when you hook it up. Make sure to test it, you know, plug it in, test it. If it doesn't work, flip the wires around. Because I did read some people say, oh, it doesn't work, I plugged it in. I said, you know, and then I kind of commented like, hey, you got to flip your wires around, because it does actually matter which side of that the wire goes on. And they used to make this real complicated. They used to say you have to cut your stock wire and do all this stuff and install a fuse. You don't need to do any of that. I know in the instructions they tell you to get a fuse and get all this. You don't need any of that stuff. You don't need to make your own harness. I guess it depends on the bike, but I've heard hundreds of guys install these just by plugging it directly into the stock horn. I think the fuse on this bike, it's on the other side, I think. Or it's behind here. I think it's back here, the fuse box. I think I did just put a slightly bigger fuse in it, and that's all you need to do. And it's been fine. I think it had, I don't know what the stock fuse was, but I bumped it up a little bit, and it's been perfectly fine. I mean, I even heard of guys not even changing the fuse. They just left it like that, plug it straight in, it works completely fine. The only way reason why you would need to make a harness is if this is not, you can't put this close to, I mean, you see how short this is. So if I couldn't put this, you know, really close to the stock one, I'd have to make my own harness. But even when I had it up behind the headlight, this wire actually goes all the way up back in here. So I was able to fish this wire back up and put it back there when the compressor was mounted behind that headlight. So it seems to work fine here. I'm going to leave it like this. I don't think I'm going to make any changes. So yeah, so I mean, this thing's really awesome. Check out motohorn.com if you guys are interested. You can get them in chrome too, and it's not just for motorcycles. You can put these on your car, your truck, whatever you want. These are going to go on my car. Those are stupid loud too. They're way louder than any car horns. So yeah, chrome, black. Put them on your Harley. Put them on anything. And that's it. That's it for this video. And maybe I'll do a video on the bike here soon, since I've had it for about a year. In about a week it'll be a year, I think. So that's it for this one. Like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye.